Okay. All right. Hold on one second. I am live and I just need to get this straightened up. Hello. Oh my gosh. So I hope that you guys are having a great day. I was actually pretty busy today, and I just got done taking a class that Stampin' Up offered called Lovely Blossoms. It was really a nice class, but it went till 6:45, so yikes. And then I had to figure out if I could get my live going, because remember last week I couldn't. So anyways, we are live and I have got some fantastic cards to show you tonight. And we will be making them this weekend in my card class, which for some may be Saturday afternoon, and for others it could be Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon. We are having a snowstorm again, and I can't be ready for Saturday morning and have my driveway cleared out. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so there's my information. You can sign up for my newsletter by using this QR code, and that will take you to my backyardstamper.com newsletter. And then I wanted to tell everybody about this wonderful event that's happening March 8th. This is where I'm going to be teaching a guided scrapbooking class at the Gilmanton Winery. So this is their name for Facebook, and you have your choice of 2 kits, either Exploring Nature or Currently Loving. And I have prepped the kit ahead of time, so you won't have to cut all the designer series paper. I just did a video on that the other day, and I'll link it in the description of this video. So it will make your scrapbooking adventure go a little bit smoother, maybe, because you won't have to worry so much about cutting the designer paper in which direction and everything. So I've got them already prepped into layouts number 1, 2, and 3, and they're all 2-page layouts. The cost of the class is $50, and if you click on the link here, then it will take you right to where you can sign up and pay to attend. So I hope you'll join us. It's going to be great, and I'm really excited about it. And hopefully we will continue with a bi-monthly or a quarterly scrapbooking event at the winery, but only if I get people to sign up. So sign up. Okay, let me show you the cards we're going to make tonight. And I had a couple of them are prepped and ready to go, and the last one I couldn't find my designer paper to prep it. So but this is one of the cards. This one we're going to make, and I showed you how to make this last week, but we'll do it again. And then look at the cute little party piggy. So these are the 3 cards that we'll be making this weekend at the card class. So let's get started. I am going to do the pig last because that's the one that I couldn't find my paper, so we have to actually do the die cutting. And we'll start with this one. This is using the Lovely Arrangements. And let me just grab my package. This is the die set. These are so pretty. So I have been making a ton of cards using the designer paper. And so we're going, the dies and the designer paper. But for this one, we're going to use a variety of the dies. And if you remember from my last card class, we did a die card. And let me grab that right here, if I can find it. Oh, I might have left it downstairs. Don't let me forget to show you the swaps from our Valentine's swap that my team did. So, but anyways, we did this guy card with the Nature Symphony, and we cut out this piece. So at my card class, I told everyone, you have to give me that piece back, and we're going to use it the next time. And they didn't really want to. They wanted to keep it because it's so beautiful. But as promised, we're going to use it tonight. So here is the coordinating stamp set that goes with it. I love how big these fonts, the sayings are. Nice and big, crisp. I did sending smiles inside. And then you could put happy birthday right underneath it too. So here are my pieces. I'm using a thick basic white for my card base, and my bone folder right here. And the designer paper that I'm using, can you guess where this came from? Dun, dun, dun. This came from Peaceful Garden. It was in our December book, but it's still available. Let me double check the name of that one. I think it was Peaceful Garden. Let me see here. No, I thought I had a Christmas book here, and I have only 2 spring books. But somebody can look that up for me and let me know. It's Peaceful Garden, I believe. It's the blue paper. Okay, so we're going to take this piece here, and we're going to adhere it. Got my seal. Can you guys hear me okay? I was just checking. I finally figured out how to do it with my new little setup. So now I'm filming using my iPhone, which gives me a much crisper image. So I've attached that out here, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this here on the inside. Peaceful Garden. Thank you, Cindy. I love to put that extra strip on the inside. So when you are cutting a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and you can cut it at 3 columns of 4 inches wide, and then you do 5 1/4, and that gives you a 3/4 inch to make it 6. You can do that with a 6 by 6 paper too. And then I just always put it inside. So love decorating the inside of my cards. All right, and here's that beautiful white leaf, and I have to die cut that, and I also have to die cut some leaves. So I guess I have to die cut 2 times tonight. All right, so what I'm going to do is use Secret C on my scrap, and I'm going to use, let me do my words first. I'm going to do hello friend. Okay, and then I'm going to take this half flower, which they have it going up. So you know, my sample, I had it going down, but I'm going to do it up because I can, right? I know you guys love it when I say that. Okay, so I've got that. let me just wipe those off because I might need to use them again. Okay, and then I'm going to take my cloud cover and my blending brush and get a piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to color in my flower just using my cloud cover. Swirling. I don't really want a ton of color. I just, there, soft and light. It's a little trickier on this one because, you know, I'm trying to stay inside the flower. And if you do the tip of your blending brush, you can get in there. I don't have any of the small ones, but you could use a small one right there. But just that little bit is enough to pack the punch. Okay, so let me close this up and put that away, and let me grab my embossing folder. Let's see, I need leaves. I'm going to use the mini tonight. Oh, no, I guess I'm not. Because I already put it aside for backstage. If any of my backstage roomies are on tonight, I see Debbie. I'm bringing the mini cut and emboss machine so we can share that. All right, what I need is, I need my flower and I need the dies, which I moved over here. Oh, here they are, right next to me. Okay. So I'm going to rotate my flower till I get it right. And there we go, just like so. And I need this. Got to make sure you make the sandwich, right? And I hope my mom is watching. Hi, Mom, if you're watching. My mom helped me stuff all my card pieces for the class. She's so helpful to me in by doing that. All right, and I want to do 2 leaves, 2 of those leaves, and 1 single leaf. So going slow so I don't rock the table and the camera. There we go. And I will have to bring this back when I cut out my pig. But for now, this is all set. Sorry for my creaky floor right there. All right, so I've got my pieces. Put my dies back so I don't lose them. And these are a little tricky to get out. Oh, that one came right out. So sometimes when you're poking them, they can kind of tear. I'll have to poke that one out. So let me show you what I mean. And I should have rubbed some wax paper on it. So these leaves, they really die cut. See how much they die cut to give them that 3-dimensional. So they're pretty delicate. So if you rub some wax paper on the die before you run it through, it will, the pieces practically fall right out. Okay, back to the drawing board. Now I want to do this. My circle is going to go here. My beautiful white layer is going to go here. My other flower is going to go on top. And my leaves are going to fill in. So that's what how I'm going to put this together. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back, and I'm going to just treat this as if it's a card layer. The leaves, Cindy's asking what color are the leaves. I did Old Olive. They look a little darker than Old Olive, but that's what they are. And let me say hi. I see Ann's here, and Susie and Donna. Thank you, Donna, for jumping on tonight. Cindy from Montana's here. Debbie Frank is here, and she also has a YouTube channel at Frankly Stamping, so please check her videos out. She is a fantastic card maker, and we are kind of sister stampers. So we're on our upline is the same person. So, but we collaborate a lot, and we also cause a lot of trouble. So, lots of fun. That's the one thing that is so fun about being a part of the group like this is, you know, you meet people from all over. I mean, Anne's in Vermont, which, I mean, obviously I knew her when she lived in New Hampshire. Cindy's in Montana. Debbie's in Missouri. Susie's in Ohio. So, it's really fun to meet other people like that. Okay, so I'm tempted to I was looking at my flower, but I need to look at my words. We don't want hello friend to be all over the place. And for this piece, I am going to just use some glue dots from my glue dot box. And I'm going to just put on a couple of leaves. We don't need very many. And when you press them down on the glue dot, careful when you rip it up. So I am just, so I've got 3 glue dots right there. And I think I'm going to put one more down here. Or actually, let's see. I'll put one more up here. Okay. So then I'm going to just kind of lay that on, and I like that the white is on top of my circle, but it's not impeding on my hello friends. Then I have this one, and I'm just going to pop that up and bring that over like that. And I am actually going to pop it right up onto the cloud cover. I'm strategically placing my Stampin' Dimensionals because I need them to actually go through the white to make sure they're adhered to that cloud cover behind. All right, so that looks good. And then before we put that on, let's put a glue dot on my leaf. So I put a little glue dot right there. And let's see here, we'll put that kind of like that. This Papa Green is a little bit of a surprise, you know, because there's no Old Olive anywhere else in the card. But it really adds a little punch to this card. So actually, let me turn that like so. Okay. And then I'm just going to put that on. For a minute, I didn't think I took my peelings off. And there's my card. And I have some little doodads here. So these are the flowers, Hues of Blues flowers, that also were part of that Peaceful Garden suite. And these are still available as well. So you get 4 different color blues, or 3 different color blues, and some white. So I am going to go with, I've been doing all different color ones, but let's put a dark one there, And we'll put a dark one up here too. And I'll do one small one. Kind of like that. Whoops, I'm way over here. Isn't that pretty? So here's my original. And on that one, I used white and a lighter blue. I don't mind the darker blue. I kind of do like the lighter blue better. Let's peel those right off, right? We can. So before you make up your mind, don't press them down all the way. Let's pick this color blue. I think that's gonna make it really nice. I don't have any small ones in that size, so that's okay. We'll just do the big ones, but I'm gonna spread them out. There, I like that better. So there's my card, and I think I need to do my inside yet, so hold on a minute. Let me just put this away. Oh, Debbie says she likes the dark. Well, you know, some people are going to get the dark because we'll see how many I have left, right? And I need my stamp that says sending smiles. I just love sending smiles cards. Making cards for other people just makes me so happy. I want to share my smile with others. There we go, sending smiles. All right, so card number 1. And we can add some Wink of Stella as well. It doesn't really need it on this one, but you know, I mean, you can always use Wink of Stella, right? Let me just, and then what I do is I just fold my little tail of my glue dot back so the glue dot doesn't stick to that lip of the box. Alrighty. I got all my little pieces back. Let's move this one out of the way. Okay, and next, since I have my embossing folder, right, or the embossing machine, cut and emboss machine, let's go ahead and I'm looking all around for my designer paper, and it was right here the whole time. Okay, and look at, I already had my pig cut out, but I'm thinking I need a darker pig, but I'm going to use that. At our card class, I really needed to re-ink my bubble bath, and I don't have that re-inker, so I'm probably going to switch to Petunia Pop and just make a darker pig. In fact, I'm going to do that tonight so that I have a sample for my card class, because everybody will ask, where's the purple? Where's the purple on my sample? And this paper is so fun. This is the Splash of Sparkles paper, and this paper, talk about making you happy. Look at this. This paper would make great gift bags. And this one here. Isn't that fun? I love this one. I'm a sucker for stripes and circles and stuff. I love the shapes. Woo! See, you can't go wrong with this pack. If you make a lot of birthday cards like I do, that is a great pack. So we're going to use this piece, and what I did was I cut 2-inch strips. No, 1 3/4 inch strips out of the paper. and you get all three colors. And my sample had pink in there, and this one has orange, so you get, it's different colors. And I'm going to do my Petunia Pop. This piece here, or this card here, is Summer Splash. I'm going to use Petunia Pop, and Pretty in Pink is this pink here is Bubble Bath, but remember the in colors, which are one more right here. Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash are retiring. So with the free shipping, which I forgot to mention, there's free shipping through Friday, tomorrow, on orders over $75. And if you place your order at my Stampin' Up website, kathyschmitt.stampinup.net, and it's over $75, you'll qualify for the product of the month. You also will get free shipping, and that has to be before any tax and after any rewards are applied, because I know people, and coupons. So last month, January, we had the bonus coupons, so people are still spending because you only have to the end of the month to spend them. So you want to spend them. All right. So if you order from my store, so $75 will get you free shipping. $40 or more will get this class for free. So if you want to double up, you can or place a $75 product order. You'd get the class for free, and you'd also have free shipping. The thing about free shipping is very expensive now, and it is 11%. So you really kind of take a hit. So every time there's free shipping, I always refill all my consumables, and by that I mean my glue, my dimensionals, white cardstock, things I use all the time, because I place orders all month, but I usually place the orders based on what I need for an upcoming class, not necessarily to replenish, because I always replenish my my consumables whenever there's free shipping. Okay, I am just I keep bumping it, so it's moving at the last minute. My pig is moving. Okay, and I know some of you have told me you're not into the pigs, but you know what? How can you not be into these pigs? They are so cute. And with this paper, they just make you smile. Okay, so now that I've got that done, I need to do an embossed layer. So let me just put that here for a moment. Let me put my dies away, because you know, for a long time I lost part of my pig dies, so I actually had to buy a second set, and then a couple months later I found my dies again. That's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so when you're using a 3D embossing folder, you need a different sandwich. So you need your base plate, number one. Then you're going to put in your 3D. This is the stripes. And this is incredible. It's so deep but you can use both sides, which I love that. And then you need plate 4, specialty plate 4. And did you see? So see how my embossing folder is not tucked in? You want to make sure that's tucked in, because these are very close fit, and if they're not tucked in, you can actually damage the embossing folder. Okay, so now I'm done with the big baby. Wow. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is called Lovely Stripes. I don't know why they have to add lovely to everything, but it is lovely. So look at how nice that, and deep. So see what I mean about, you can use both sides. This side has the dots up, and there's the lines are valleys, and this side has the dots down and the lines mountain. So you can use either side. Use what you like. Okay. And I know I had a green here somewhere, but I am just going to take a new one out. This, I think I said this is Shy Shamrock. This is not. This is Summer Splash. Who was yelling at me to tell me I had the wrong one? Okay. So I'm going to put so it's tone on tone, which I like, but I don't like to emboss my card front itself. So I tend to, even if I'm using the same color, I tend to add the extra layer. There we go. That's so pretty. I did the little dotties up. Okay, and then when I'm using and I got to trim this down a little. When I'm using an embossed folder, I always use the liquid adhesive, because it just helps adhere to all the bumps. So I'm not going side to side here, but I am kind of matching it top to bottom. But honestly, because I did it in the same color, you can't really tell. I just cut that at 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. And that really works out nice with these shapes, because it allows, there's a little bit of white trim around the outside, so I could cut that off and kind of center those shapes a little bit. Okay, it's looking good. Let's bring the pig in. So we've got Piggy. See, if my bubble bath was darker, I definitely would go. But because Petunia Pop is one of the in colors with Summer Splash and Pretty in Pink, it actually goes well with this. So I am going with it. I'd rather see that cute little piggy face than be wondering where it is, right? Okay, so I've got my pig body, and I'm just going to put the head on. So cute. What I like to do is kind of put it so that a little tiny bit is sticking out, and that way when I go to attach the head, they join up a little bit. You can also use adhesive. All right, so I'm gonna do my little dancing pig. So I can put a dab of glue right there. Let's see here. I'm just going to put it on kind of straight, like so. And I cut out my party hat already. Isn't that cute? And I think I need to cut my dimensional in half, though. because I want to put it here, like up on the, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of put it under his head. There. Isn't it so cute? Okay, and then for my dots, I've got this rainbow assortment, which has a bunch of different colors in it. So this is probably retired, but it doesn't matter, right? I can do what I want. And I'm going to put a purple one in there. So any of these colors will go great with this card here. All right, we need to do the inside piece. Let me see. Okay, so I've got my 1/4 inch. Throw this away. Let me put my extra pig over here. And so what I did with this is I used the Party Piggy stamp set. It's on the last chance list, and it's really inexpensive. I think it's like $14, and the dies are very inexpensive too. So I am so proud of you. That's one of my favorite sayings. But I used, here's the party hat, and here's the confetti. So I stamped off my confetti, and then I went full strength with the happy birthday to you. So let's see how that looks. With my summer splash. There. So, and I also need my little strip for the outside. Let's party. All right, so I'm stamping off and going light. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to bump that. And we'll turn it around. Or no, we won't. Something like that. It's not precise, but that's great. One of my onstage roomies gave me this last year. Let's see what it looks like there. I think it was Jamie that had it etched, the stamping block. So let me just test that. Looking good. Full strength. And where they join up, I didn't get like, I had a little gap, but now you can't see it. And then I just need to do my little strip here. And that's where my little container of strips comes in handy. These are, again, from when you use a layering piece, you always end up with a strip on the side and a strip on the bottom. So save them, and you can do these skinny sentiments with it. And you know what? If you mess up, you don't mind, because they were just in your scrap bin anyways. All right. Stamping is done. There. That lid is a little tight. Let me just super quick clean those off. And I will clean that off after. Okay. Get that out of the way. Where's my card sample at for this? Oh, it's right here. Oh. Okay, and the other favorite thing I like to do is cut on the diagonal, because then I don't have to worry about it being straight. Oh, Debbie's the one that gave it to me. Apologies, Deb. That's right, because Jamie gave us the box that had like chapstick and hand sanitizer. So apologies. I use it all the time though. Okay, so I got my inside done. I just need this one to go outside, and I'm going to pop it up. So I'm just not going to put any dimensionals here because I'm going to pop it on the piggy's belly. So I'm just going to put two right next to each other. Is anybody watching the Olympics? Oh my gosh, it's been so exciting. There we go. Happy little piggy. Oh, you know what? I see something. I gotta give him some blush. There. Oh, I do like the darker better. And the Winkastella. So this one, I did Winkastella right on the nose. And just a little bit in the ears. And I did the toenails. Cute. What do you think? All right, the last card is the same one we did last week, so this will go really quick. The only difference is last week I kind of messed up my measurements, and I'm sure I confused a bunch of people because I definitely confused myself. So what we're going to do is we're using the Greenery Lane washi tape. And I made enough for, I think, 30 cards. And look at how much I still have. Tons. Okay. So I put it on, that's a scrap. I put it on a piece that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, and then everybody's going to cut their own, and that will save me a little bit of cutting. So you're going to cut it at 1 5/8. I know last week 1 7/8. There we go again, saying the wrong thing. 1 7/8, which is way over here. Nope, that's not right. What did I do? Hold on. 3 1/4 is 1 5/8. Oh, I had it at 1 3/8 before. Okay, so put it at 1 5/8, which is in between the 1 1/2 and 1 3/4, and cut, turn it, do 1 5/8, and kind of keep them in alignment here. So everybody's going to cut their own. And then you're going to put them kind of back together. So that is fun. And let's see here. Where are my card pieces? This one. One moment while I grab my cloud cover. Okay, so here's my packet. I've got my cloud cover, and you know what? I realized I think I forgot to cut the green layer for my mom to stuff. So I'll have to do that before Saturday, Sunday. Okay, and this layer is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. This will be cut for you at the class. Okay. That is done. The cutting is done. Okay, so on my sample, I have wishing you well, love and hugs. But you know what? I thought I keep making anniversary cards, and this stamp set is so great for all of these occasions, right? I could even do this card for St. Patrick's Day. But we're going to do anniversary. And then the happy is really small. So I looked at my other sets and I had choose happy with this happy here. And that gave me a little bigger of a happy. The other one was quite tiny. So when I stamp it, I got that. And I love it. So I'm going to use Happy Anniversary. Oh, you guys like that, huh? This washi tape, I was struggling because it's slippery. The dies tend to slip around it. And then I'm like, well, I don't need to use it as with the die. I can use it as designer paper, you know, and all is well. So there's my pieces laid out in my Happy Anniversary down at the bottom. And I am just going to put these on. I am going to put these on flat. I'm not popping them up, but I want to make sure that I have, don't press down until you know you got your pieces on straight. As I'm pressing it down, right? You're saying, don't press down. Okay. How about like that? I got to just tip it up a little bit. Looks a little tiny bit crooked right there. There. And it needs a dot of glue. Okay. Whoops. That's a little more than a dot. I love sticky fingers. How about you? All right. So now I'm just eyeballing my margins here to put, and see by cutting as one piece, it just, in separating them, it gives it a really nice look. It totally dresses up the card. All right, so I've got my cloud cover, and that's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And I am going to put that right on here. It's a little bit of an odd color combination, but the washi tape kind of lends it to the cloud cover. So I was thinking soft seafoam would also look really nice. Doesn't that look great? Okay, and where's my Happy Anniversary? Happy. Oh, I see I made a mistake on one side, but I got it right on the second side. Yay! Okay. And we're going to just put that right there. I could have moved these down a little. Oh, it's too late. Maybe I can peel it, right? Nope, I'm not going to wreck it just to get it a little closer to my Happy Anniversary. Okay, and then I had these little flowers that I had cut out from the cloud cover. 1, 2, 3, I think I had 5 of them. But you know what I was thinking is those hues of blues would also work really well. But I don't know if I have enough for both of the cards. So the other thing I found out last week is the glue dots do not stick to this. So save yourself the trouble, and don't struggle like I did last week, and just use glue. And After all that curling of them, then when I put the rhinestone on, they flattened out, so I'm not going to curl them again. That was an unnecessary step. Okay, they do kind of have a right side and a wrong side. All right, didn't I take out 5 of them? Let me reach into my bowl here. Okay, 1 more. Okay, so I did that and let that set up a little bit, and then I'm going to come in with my rhinestones, which are somewhere nearby. I don't know how that happens. You have it on your table, you blink, and it disappears. Okay, so I am going to put this top on, and I'm going to put my rhinestones on, and I don't have to stay with small rhinestones. I can do big ones. Ah, see the glue, it needs to set up. So I'm going to just use some different size ones. So if you use this washi tape and you're going to have a piece that gets glued on top like I just did, just know that you're going to want to make sure you let it set up before you do too much, because it takes a little while to dry. I love it. And I think these little sparkly stars add so much to that card. Okay, so let me do my inside. I got a rhinestone stuck on my thumb. Now it's on my finger. Okay, so let's get, oh man, that was almost a disaster that you guys would have heard coming and going. Okay, so I just need the Love and Hugs, which is always good for anniversary cards. And I have this Greenery, which looks really good on your envelope. So let's do our Love and Hugs. Ta-da! And let me grab my scrap paper one more time. And I'm going to do this Greenery. Did this come from this set? Hold on, let me check. I didn't even show you guys the set. Sorry. Greenery Lane. Okay, so here's Greenery Lane. Yes, this came with this set. And here are the dies. Really fantastic. And you can, I'm going to go full strength on my envelope. Okay, and then I'm going to go softer on the inside. There. Isn't that fun? All right, so let me just put that inside and we will be done for tonight. Let me grab that out of the way, clean up my mess. Debbie says, whoops, that's the wrong one. Debbie says her middle name is Sticky Fingers, Sticky Glue. Not sure. I think. Yeah, I don't like having my glue on my fingers though, because it ends up and going much farther than that. Your fingers, it tends to just keep on spreading everywhere. All right, let's bring in the cards that we made. So I've got my happy anniversary. This was my original with the wishing you well. I've got my pigs. Here's my original. I'm going to slide those over. And here's the one I made tonight. And then we had my other card. My favorite card of all. I put somewhere. Let me find it. Oh, nope. I thought, oh, wait a minute. I got it. Oh my gosh. Hey, Marissa, thank you for coming on. And there are our cards. We got pigs, leaves, and beautiful florals. So I want to remind you one last time about the scrapbooking event at the Gilmanton Winery and Vineyard on March 8th from 1 to 3. So if you're local to New Hampshire, please check that out. I'd love to see you there. And if you're not local, then we can do it in an online class because I am using 2 of the Stampin' Up kits. I mean, you get your choice, but I can certainly do a virtual scrapbooking and do the same class. So just let me know. And don't forget, it's free shipping until tomorrow night. So I hope you had fun tonight. I sure did. And it's always fun to make cards with you guys. I appreciate you so much leaving comments, giving me thumbs up and hearts. I love it. And I really, really appreciate it. So I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday night. And if you're in the New England area, hope you don't get too much snow. I know we will. So I go to the doctor tomorrow for my back, and the one thing that he has said all along is absolutely no shoveling. Well, Marty's not going to be around this weekend, and we're going to get 4 to 8 inches. So I'm going to push a shovel, just keep pushing it to get it out of the way so peeps can come to my class. So anyways, happy Thursday. Bye for now.